I know, Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Got a little tracking thing going. Look at on my screen, or my map, on my my compass. I'm gonna call it a million things, but not the right thing. Look, I can see a rabbit and I can see a chicken on there. That's interesting. That's new. That's that tracking skill I picked up. That's fun. So yeah, so I made it through day 14. I did not hear anything last night. I don't know if I'm just up too high or what the deal is, but I didn't hear any, I didn't see any hordes. Just a weird one. Cause day 7, right? They were smashing into things and not the same thing. Okay, I opened this for a reason. Why did I open this? I guess it was just to get food out. Oh, you know what? I was gonna put the water in here. That's what I was gonna do. Ooh, I hear a zombie now. Must have just been up too high. Oh, yeah, yeah. Get back, you yellow-eyed demon. Got respawns on the roof. This is my territory. My territory. Oop. Wow. I guess you can have it, because I apparently can't aim at your face today. There we go. Oh no, I'm hungry. What's this one? Oh, this one's like food, health, and water. Interesting. Guys, the door's unlocked. Okay. Oh, nice. Was I stealthy? What was going on there? Ooh, that's a big guy. Oh, that's a different guy. Whew. I thought that big guy got back up. That's right. Oh, there's more coming. Listen, guys, I don't know what the deal is, but you're not doing a whole lot of damage today. What's happening here? Anybody left? Oop. All right. Now, let me have my gun safe. Yeah, so I kind of want to take this upstairs with me. A long time ago, I had a, Minecraft server that I was paying for quite a while. And then, like every other Minecraft server I've ever paid for, everybody just stopped playing. So I, canceled it, but I still get emails from the company. Oh, I'm using Steel Spear now. Sorry. And, so, the other day, I got an email from them that was like, 1.0 7 Days to Die servers are now available. I'm like, what? 7 Days to Die in 1.0 now? Because I think that's the next update, right? And so I was like, oh no. And then I got looking, and I feel like they jumped the gun a little bit, because we're not there yet. Really? I take that. That's useful to me. I need to get a scope on this. Why is that dog not coming after me? Where'd he go? Why'd that dog run away from me? Oh. Up to 22. What is this? A muzzle brake. I don't use those. I don't know why I can't stab you guys in the face today, but having issues. Oh, you ducked. Oh, you dodged. Hey, have you seen a dog? I chased a dog out here. I don't understand. I've never had the dogs not just charge me and try to kill me. Oh, look at that. You knocked a sign down on your head. Ha ha. Chicken. We've been pushing along quite quickly through V Rising. Yeah, I talked to Zahn after we were done, and I was like, man, I really, really feel like Dim has set the server to an easier level than we played on before. There's just no way the difficulty level has dropped this much with this upgrade, because we are killing almost every boss first time. And it's not even close. Like, we've struggled maybe on 3 of the 20 or so bosses we've killed so far. Like, stuff is dying, and I don't know if he was the one that I shot or not. I don't think so. I feel like he came out of that spot there. Where's your buddy? One of you guys just ran away from me. It was weird. I mean, like, we're getting hit, and it's not barely doing any damage, and, and it's just bizarre compared to how the game used to be, because, you know, bosses would hit you, like, twice and you're dead before. And, you know, it was a... Okay, guys, yesterday was Horde Day, okay? Yesterday was Horde Day. Oh, blue one. I don't know if that matters. Another blue one. Yeah, I don't think it mattered. But man, it's crazy. And then, like, we'll start the fight, and none of us will have even been shot at yet, and we'll already have the boss down to half health. There's just no way he doesn't have it on an easier setting. Because Dim has thrown some epic tantrums from having to fight a boss more than once. And like crazy, like yelling and cursing because we lost to a boss. The other thing that I hate, oh man, I hate it so much. He's, it's not something he used to do, but it's something he's done in the last couple of games we played. We'll be in a fight, and it'll be tough, and then he'll just give up in the middle of the fight, and he'll be like, yeah, I guess we're just all gonna die. Might as well just stop now and come back and try again. I'm like, what? Oh, started the fight too early. We should run. Like, dude, how about you try? How about we try? What if we win? Like, nothing bad happens if you die in the game. It's not. It's not like it's a one time and done. What do you mean? We were fighting. I don't remember what we were fighting. We were fighting something, and I don't even think he was there for the start of the fight. And he comes in and he got hit like one time, and then he's like, "Oh, this boss might be too powerful for us. We should just quit now." And then he wandered off while we're fighting, and I'm just like, dude. And then we got him almost dead. We got him almost dead, and Zahn went down, and then I went down, and then he came in and did the last 2 hits to kill it, and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I caught that boss for us." Which I hate when he says that. "Don't worry, guys, I took care of it." Yeah. Yeah, because we just spent 5 minutes fighting it. Yeah, you took care of it. Okay. And then this is also new. Previously, on the earlier difficulty setting, because, like I said, there's just no way that we're on the same difficulty setting. On the previous difficulty setting, you couldn't fight the next bosses until you fully upgraded. And so you'd come in and... Right, and so you'd fight a boss, and then that boss, when you kill him, you get... previous version, you'd get a spell, and a recipe, and maybe 2 recipes, depending. It usually was a spell, a recipe, and a crafting item that you could... Okay, let me try that one more time. You get a spell, a crafting bench, and a recipe. That's what you get. And so, you know, you'd have to, you'd have to go ahead and build all that stuff and make whatever it is you could make before you could move on. It was just that tough. And so this time, though, we're doing like 5, 6 bosses without upgrading anything. And I don't like it. It's like we'll get on and he'll just push to do all the bosses. And we'll fight so many bosses in a row without upgrading anything. And then he gets on while we're not playing because he's got the save game. And so he'll get on and use all the stuff up to make himself better gear. And then we'll get on and there'll be no gear. For us. So, no, they're not quite all the way grown yet. Okay. So yeah, so he like it's happened at least 3 times since we had to start over because of the upgrades on the server, but like we get new weapons, we get access to new weapons, and then usually around the same time you get access to new weapons, you get access to the new materials, and the new materials are like rare in the section you're in, right? And so, can't remember. I know there's one. Oh, no, I want to go to the other one. I want to check out the other trader. And so, like for example, when you're in the first section, you get access to the equipment to make iron weapons, but you can't get iron until you go into the next section, right? So when you're first starting out, iron is really rare. And so we get the iron, and it takes forever for the iron to cook. And so I put down a bunch of forges to make the iron, and then instead of letting everybody get a weapon or some tools, he runs in and gets all weapons and tools for himself, right? And then there's no iron left. And so and then we got access to I think it was necklaces, and we had to have these things called scourge stone, and so they're fairly rare drop until you can make them. And I didn't even me and Zahn didn't even get to upgrade from a ring to an amulet before he was already in the second tier of amulet, because he used up all the materials upgrading his you know, accessory slot. And then oh, what was it this week? I went to make something, and he had used up all the stuff again, equipping himself. And at the end of the night, we had advanced to the point where we could make the next tier of armor. And I saw him hovering around, waiting for enough of it to get done. Where is that other... Oh, it's right here. Waiting for enough to get done so he can make him a full set. And so I went in and grabbed it all and made each of us one piece of armor instead of him making 4 pieces of armor. Because it's ridiculous that I just... And then, oh... this also super irritates me. So we put down the castle, right? And you gotta lay out all the different refinery machines and crafting machines and all that kind of stuff. And so we have a lot of ores that we have to constantly be refining. So you've got copper and iron.
I am so glad to see your face. I get lonely sitting by myself all day.
And then oh, she's like all... Well, I guess not. Just that first batch of stuff was all healing stuff is the word that I'm trying to say. Fierce Fist I don't do. Wiring tech junkie. Magazine extender. Nope, alright.
Knew you'd find something you'd like.
You know what? I actually forgot. I was gonna check. I thought I unlocked the ability to make a scope, and I want to put a scope on this gun. Also, where did I leave my bike? Oh, at the other door over here. Hey, buddy. Let's go check my recipes. See about getting a scope made. So yeah, it's just so we get all the stuff made. So we got copper, iron. Sorry, I got distracted. Copper, iron, and then you take like copper and stone dust to make whetstones, and you take you take some other stuff to make soul stones, And I know there's some other stuff coming up. Oh, we've got the new ore. Or the new metal. I don't remember what it's called. Which takes mutagen grease, and so I go in there and oh man, I'm having flashbacks to the first playthrough we did. And so I go in there and nobody is using the looms, right? Okay. And nobody's using the forges. And so we've got the forges all loaded with copper ore. I put copper ore in, I put quartz in to make glass. I put in I've got the iron ore in there going. Somebody's got whetstone in there going. And then we have to put in... I really should stop and just fill this in or something. I've come through here so many times now. And not fill it in, but make a path I can take through here. And so I put down the new machine, and the new machine lets you build canisters because you need the mutagen canisters, mutagen grease canisters to make the new metal. I really... Radium. It's called radium. And so I put in the artificer, which lets you make the canisters of mutagen, and then he comes in and he's like, no, we got the recipe for the artificer, and I knew the forge room was a little too small, but we had space where nothing was happening in the castle, and I was gonna expand it out. And so he comes in and he's like, "Oh, we got to put in the artificer." I'm like, "Yep, I'm gonna get on that here in a second." I was doing something else. Oh, I was moving around in the looms. There was not the looms. They're not looms. The leather tanning refining bench. It does more than that. And so in the refining bench, you put in like hides to become leather, or you put in oil and thick hides to become better leather. I forget what it's called. And then now we're on pristine leather, and so you got to put in pristine hides and mutagen grease to get pristine leather. And so we need that to make our new armor. And so I had pulled the old leathers out because we're not using them for anything at the moment, and we need the new stuff, and we've got two refining stations, so I split the amount we had of each pristine hide and mutagen grease, and I put them in the in there. Right, scope, and so okay, this is what I want to make. I need broken glass, forged iron, blue polymers, iron, and glass. I don't think I have glass. I do have glass. I have 3 broken glass, and I need 15. Interesting. Okay. Glass is not something I normally harvest. Can I make glass? I can make glass blocks. Let's see if I can take the glass blocks and break them into broken glass. Yes. Okay. So that got me 3. I need 15, so I need a couple more here. So So I've got those going to make the leather we need for the new armor, and then while I'm doing that, he goes, "I'm going to go ahead and tear down some of these forges because I don't think we need this many. Every forge has got something in it and it's doing something. I don't think we need this many, and we got for that new machine in here, and there's no room." I'm like, I just told you I'm gonna take care of it. I gotta expand the room, or you can expand the room, but we've got space to expand the room. And he's like, "Well, I think we just tear down some of these forges." I'm like, "Dude, every forge has got something in it. Did you look?" He's like, "We can just take 2 of these out of here and fit the machine in." I'm like, "Is there something in them?" "Yes." "Are they doing something?" "Yes." "Okay, then. Why would you want to tear down forges that we're clearly using? I don't understand. Explain to me why you want to tear down the forges that we're using." "Fine, you just take care of it." I'm like, "Okay, I will, since I told you I was going to." What are you going to do with the artificer anyways? We don't have the materials to refine anything in it yet. And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go get something else then." I'm like, "Fine, okay." So then I finish rearranging the leather tanning stuff, and then I go into the forge room. I expand the size of the forge room. I put the artificer in the new space that I made. And then I take some of the materials we have, and I go back and I grab some of the mutagen grease out of the leather thing because we needed that to make the canisters. I go back, put everything in to make the canisters. I make some canisters. I pull some iron out of one of the forges and put it in another forge that's currently making iron, and I put the stuff in there to make the new radium alloy, right? And then I go back to the leather place to see how close we are on getting the leather we need for our new armors. And he's gone and he has switched it back so that the old leather is being processed again instead of the new stuff. I'm just like, oh, why would you do that? I don't get it. Okay, I got the broken glass now. I need forged iron, polymers, and glue. Forged iron, polymers, and glue. 1 scope, please. Oh, it's gonna take a minute or two. No, I was having a flashback because I was just thinking about what he did with the leather. So another item that goes in the tailoring room are the spinning wheels, and the spinning wheels are used to make string and twine and wool and stuff. I don't know if I talked about that. Uh, and and then you got to take silkworms and use silkworms to make silk thread, which is then used to make silk cloth, which is used to make, I think you make silk thread. You might just make silk cloth. To make silk cloth to make the armor that goes with the mutagen and the pristine hides, right? And so we had one singular spinning wheel. This is on our first run through. And so the room is big enough to fit another spinning wheel in. And so I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and make another spinning wheel. And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because no, we already had 2 spinning wheels. Only one of them had the silk stuff going in it, and the other one was empty and not being used." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and or no, he sees me in there, and I'm taking half of the stuff out of the first spinning wheel, and I put it in the second spinning wheel." And he's like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "So we can, get silk cloth twice as fast." And he's like, "But I've got all that stuff in the first one." I'm like, "Yeah, but the other one wasn't being used, and then this way we can get it twice as fast." He's like, "But I already had it in the first one." I'm like, "Okay, but I can put it in the second one, and then that way we get it twice as fast." And he's like, fine, then you just do all this. I'm like, dude, nobody's using the other spinning wheel. Did you need it for something? No. Then why can't we run wool in both, or silk in both of them? He's like, fine, I'll just take everything out of the other thing, and then that way you can just use everything in here. Dude, were you gonna use it? No. Why are you acting like this? This is ridiculous. Oh, man. I don't know why he's acting like that. And this is definitely the worst game I've ever played with him in regards to this stuff. He's insanely controlling over this game, and he gets mad if anybody does any little thing. It's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Well, I got a scope from a gun now, so that's cool. I don't see no zombies, though, to shoot with it, so... How to my tracking thing? There we go. Okay, this says there's a chicken. I didn't expect the chicken to stop moving, and then it did. Yeah, so that's been our fun with V Rising. I was trying to think, there was something else. There was something else. Oh, I don't know if I told this already, but I couldn't remember, and it also doesn't help that a lot of the recipes have changed. Oh, I forgot to put down my plants too. A lot of the recipes have changed with the new version of the game, and so they've made some of the recipes easier. There's fewer steps to them, and I couldn't remember how to make wool thread, and so I know we needed wool thread, and so there are sheep in the game. So obviously, the logical conclusion is, if you need wool, the place to get it is from sheep. And so I'm out doing stuff, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to get some wool for wool thread, and he's like, oh, it's let's see. I was gonna say I picked that one up because it was different looking. And then it's not different looking, there's just potted plant. I gotcha. And so potted plants can be anything. And so he's like, you need cotton balls. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to get cotton balls. We need wool. And he says, right, the recipe says, the recipe says you need cotton balls. I'm like, no, the recipe says I need wool thread. And he's like, cotton balls. I'm like, dude, I'm not after cotton. I'm also not after balls. I'm after thread. The recipe says I need wool thread. And so he's like, yeah, you take cotton from the cotton farm and you put it in the spinning loom and you get back cotton balls. I'm like, I need wool. So I'm going to go find some sheep because I know there's sheep in this game. I can't remember how to make wool thread. And I think maybe you spin it from wool from the sheep. And he's like, no, you get cotton balls from cotton. I'm like, dude, I'm not after cotton balls. There aren't cotton balls in this game. What are you talking about? And he's like, you go to the cotton farm and you get cotton, and then you put it in the spinning wheel, and you get cotton balls. I'm like, are you talking about cotton yarn? And he's like, yarn balls, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not after yarn. I'm after wool thread. Wool. 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 He's like, stop saying wool. Why are you saying wool? I'm like, because I need wool thread. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. You get cotton from the farm and you make cotton balls. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go find some sheep. I'm going to kill the sheep to see if they drop wool. Because I do not remember, and I'm not at the base to look up the recipe. And so, he wouldn't look up the recipe for me. He just kept going on about cotton balls. And it's not cotton balls, it's cotton yarn. But that's fine, call it cotton ball, I don't care. But, and the sheep do not drop wool, by the way. For whatever reason, to get wool in the game, you need to take plant fiber and pollen and spin that together to get coarse thread, and then you take coarse thread with leather to get cloth, and then you use that, I think, maybe with the cotton yarn. But he didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me that that's what the recipe was. He just kept telling me that what I wanted was cotton balls. And I kept telling him I needed wool thread, and he didn't know what I was talking about. Even though we've been using wool thread for a while now. Oh, man, that was... Usually we don't argue out loud like that, but that was one time I just was dumbfounded, because I'm like, why do you keep saying cotton balls? I don't need cotton balls. And he's like, yeah, the recipe you're talking about for the armor takes cotton balls. I'm like, it does not take cotton balls. Do you know what a cotton ball is? Anyways, with that, I'm going to call it a day. Be better than small things, lean to the light. I will talk to you later.